Christ, amen.
Item number 1.3 is roll call. Haley? Oh, you're right there.
Councilmember Gary Anderson.
Here.
Councilmember Mark Westphal.
Here.
Councilmember Riley Moss.
Here.
Councilmember Lawrence Adler.
Here.
Councilmember Sean Stevenson.
Here.
Mayor John Coleman.
Here. Thank you. Actually, thank you, council members. I cannot remember a time in the last 6 years we've had canceling because of not having a quorum. Thanks for coming. Item number 1.4 is training food and water storage by Mary Monson, our CCC coordinator.
That's me. This is everyone's most exciting topic, food storage. Why stock up on food at home? I think out here is a pretty good reason as to why you need to have extra food in your house. Saves money, because you're not running to the store constantly and buying the things that you don't need to buy. Saves time because of less trips to the store. And the food security. Empty grocery stores and shelves will cause panic. We experience that. You have peace of mind with your family members in case of an illness or injury that puts them out of work. Then you'll have your food storage. And then, of course, there's less waste. Things to consider before building a long-term food storage: go slowly. You don't have to go to the store and spend thousands of dollars to start this. It's a slow process. And small, achievable goals. Buy items that will last a long time on the shelf, but everything does have a limit. The only thing that will last forever is honey, but it needs to be in glass. And have ready-to-eat meals on the shelf. So anything that's canned has already been cooked. You can eat it cold. That type of thing is what they're talking about. There's a whole bunch of information. We don't have time to go through it all. Consider all your storage before you start buying things. What will your family eat? They're probably not going to eat dried liver or cold beans or just anything that your kids, your family does not eat anyway. There's no reason to store that at all. It needs to be in a cool, dry location, and they need to be airtight, sealed containers to keep the pests out and keep the moisture out. And definitely remember to put a label on it so you're not opening it and just wondering what's in there. Buy what you will eat. If you don't eat pickled asparagus, possibly don't buy pickled asparagus. Try to eat seasonally. It's a lot less expensive if you're purchasing things that are in season. And think like a producer, not a consumer. Think first about the ingredients you're going to use all the time and start there. Salt is a very good thing, and spices to store. Try to preserve things yourself. You can buy in huge bulk. That's too much work. But also you can buy it through LDS storage. They have those big cans, all kinds of things that will last 20, 25 years. And grow your own food. That's a fun thing to do. And then as far as water storage goes, there are a zillion different kinds of containers. You can use food-grade plastic or glass, which is dangerous, and it needs to be BPA-free, and then varies in sizes. The great big huge ones that you cannot move, or smaller ones that you can move. If you get the big ones that sit on the floor in your garage or your basement, they've got to be up because they will absorb everything that comes up through the concrete. You need to clean and sanitize them. You can use a bleach solution. It explains it all there. Fill them with water, and then they need to be, again, stored in a cool, dry place. And the regular maintenance on those is the water has to be drained about every year and refilled. So if you can haul it out or run a hose and dump it into your lawn, that's a better thing to do. Another thing to remember is to rotate all your food storage. Shop from it. And remember, if you have a pet, cats, dogs, or whatever, you need to have food for them. Because dogs might eat from the table, but that's not a good thing to do, and cats will not. And remember, this is a big thing, to buy treats, candy. Because if you're eating it now, you're not gonna go cold turkey if something horrible happens and you need like some Hershey Kisses or something. Used to buy big bags of Hershey Kisses at Sam's Club, but they don't do that anymore. So anyway, that's it. And continue on with your food storage gathering.
Thank you, Mary. Item number 2, conflict of interest, we have anything to discuss tonight? Excellent. Item number 3 is public comment period. We allow residents to present anything they'd like to the city council. Do you have anything they'd like to present tonight? Seeing here any, we're going to move on to item number 5, which is our discussion items. Tonight we're going to have item number 5.1, which is the mosquito abatement district. Davis proposed tax increase. I'm actually going to kick this over to you, Gary. Is that right?
Yep.
The liaison for Davis for mosquito abatement.
Sounds great. So, the mosquito abatement district is asking for a tax increase for a few different reasons. I'm assuming that most of you don't know where the mosquito abatement operates out of, but if you go down 200 North and then right before the overpass, if you turn left and go in that area, the mosquito abatement building is on your right. And what they are facing right now is that the product that they buy is in liquid form and is often distributed to them in something called a super sack. This is something that a forklift needs to move around, and the facilities don't allow for, the ability for them to put that in a building. And so they need to update some buildings. They are also using more product because as we push further west, that's natural mosquito territory. So they are using more product than they have in the past. Product has also gone from, as an example, a cost of per gallon $75 to $295 per gallon for the new type of products that they are being pushed to use. And they also use drones to distribute some of this product, and that drone is expensive, and they also want to make sure that they are effectively treating the problem areas, and so they do a lot of testing, and as a result they have to have a lab to do that, and they're basically kind of outgrowing their lab, so they want to expand their lab. And in addition, they have more employees than they have lockers to service those employees. So they want to expand the locker room a little bit to do that. So those are the main reasons that they're asking for this tax increase. So,
does anyone on the council have any questions on this? This is an item really part of the on our agenda. Yes, go ahead.
Can I just add a couple things? So with new state law, this is a requirement for mosquito abatement to have this presented and discussed in each council within the district. And so this is part of the requirement as this document comes to the city. We present it, we have a discussion like Councilmember Anderson just did, but as part of state requirements, they can fulfill their responsibilities for their truth and taxation.
Awesome.
and we will not be voting on this. This does not require a vote. It's I think it's a method to help get the word out.
Yes.
And there is, if anybody wants to go and watch or, go and talk about it, there's a meeting coming up. Darren, do you happen to remember the date?
The public meeting is December 11th.
Yeah, December 11th, 2025.
At 7.
At 7 o'clock at 85 North, 600 West, Kaysville, Utah, which sounds like it's at the mosquito abatement building.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Do you happen to know what percent increase they're proposing?
It is close to 20%, actually.
Their 20% is $20.
Yeah,
It's about for a
Yeah.
$600,000 home, it's about a $8 increase per year.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the information. Thanks, Gary.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on that board. Item number 5.2, resolution 2025-11, authorizing individuals on the PTIF account. Darren, would you like to talk about this a little bit? Tell them a mistake that I made.
So this is a resolution that the council needs to approve to have changes to who can transfer money from the PTIF, which is the Public Treasurer Investment Fund, where we have our large sum of monies are in that account. Evelyn was the one that was on this, along with, I'm sorry, but Brandon Green and Jacob.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
That we're on that side of it. It shows me as an administrator that document, but it doesn't show that I have the capability of being able to transfer money or change users. It just says you're the administrator, and we don't have that. So this is done by resolution through the council to approve that. I was talking with the individual over this. They recommend 3 people because there's always one person that backs up that change. So if that individual leaves or something, there's still 2 people that can back up that change. So I actually put on the new individual that we hired. We'll be starting next week. She'll be put on here, and I will also probably put on Karen Coleman as the 3rd person. So Crystal can't be on both sides. She can only be on one side of the PTF. She can't be on both sides just to keep our checks and balances. So that's why I don't have her on that side of it. So.
Sorry, I misinformed Flo. So that name is the new hire.
Yeah, it's the new hire that will be starting title. Yeah. So starting next week.
So just out of curiosity, I think it's great to put Karen on there too, because I think you have a lot of work history with her. This new person, I'm not trying to imply anything, but just when they're new, we don't know them as well. So it's nice to have somebody, also people watching over it, but I guess you're watching over it.
Yeah, so this is another thing that part of my responsibility is making sure when those things are transferred and stuff, there is a second person seeing what is being transferred.
Okay, so you're watching.
I do see that.
You see it very frequently, okay.
Yeah, even with Evelyn transferring money, I always knew, hey, we transferred this much.
Okay, that makes me feel good.
So there's everything we're trying to do. There's always a backup on all that.
Okay.
In the office that is separated from it.
And our city employees are all bonded, right? Or is it just you?
I'm researching all that to make sure everybody who needs to be is. So I have talked with URS and they said yes, but I need to be sure. That was one of my questions on the audit.
Yeah.
Which individuals, which ones aren't, and that was one I didn't have an answer to at this time. So I'm actually in the process of researching all that part.
So it
Thank
seems
you.
like anyone that has access to money should be bonded, right?
Yeah, a lot of it is still covered under the URS program. When you send your information in, they put that into or the trust, I should say, not trust. They put that information in and cover it that way. So.
Thank you, Darren. Any questions? Awesome. Moderate income housing, you want to stay here, Darren? Item number 5.3.
So actually, I was gonna let Jeff talk about this one a little bit. This is actually a moderate income housing report that we have to submit every year.
Nice work, guys.
Jeff did a great job on this one, of making sure we hit the matrices that we need to pass on our first try this time. So that's a good job.
I think the fact that we didn't have any findings means that maybe they backed off of us a notch. From what, where they were, 2 years ago, they were pretty pressing. I did want to remind the council, so I think that's a good thing, that maybe they backed down a little bit. I want to remind the council that we have one unfulfilled requirement that we're still working on. And that is that we committed that we would identify properties in the city that could be considered for higher density development. Now, our planning commission has been working on that. We've battered that back and forth and around and talked about what that could mean or what that, could be. We haven't settled on anything specifically, but I wanted to ask the council, is that something that you still would like us to move forward on? And is that something you'd still like to see submitted to the council for review?
Yes.
So if I could, just for a little background from information that was given at the Utah League of Cities and Towns meetings, it seems like there's a couple of legislators who are a little more interested in pushing carrots rather than sticks. Meaning, as you said, they're trying to do more to put incentives out there rather than beating people up over things. And the other thing is, nationally, the number used to consider it moderate income housing actually raised 9.2% this last year, which is a fairly significant amount that they told us. So it maybe made a little bit more of our housing count, as it were. So that's just a little background to go with what we're discussing.
Jeff, with our general plan, we reviewed and created a plan for the golf course if it was ever sold and acquired. I think that could fall into what you're talking about, but I do agree that if the planning commission puts together a plan for other properties, other areas in the city that could be potentially redeveloped, to present that back to city council.
Okay. We'll get that on another upcoming agenda and just kind of rekindle that discussion. We didn't have any, we had some varying opinions and not a consensus on what that would look like, but we'll continue to work. I think it's important for us to fulfill at least that commitment, so that on our next year's report say, okay, we've taken a look at this, and really once we've done that, there's nothing else we can do. We've done everything that is in the state code that we could possibly have done as a city.
So in order to fulfill that, is there a marker, a benchmark, a percentage, a half acre with, 4 properties on it, that's high density? Yeah.
It's whatever we decide, so that's completely up to the council on what that's gonna look like. I think that it's just important to make the attempt. Now, there's not a lot of vacant property left in this city, but there's a few areas that I think could be looked at and a few ideas that could be considered. Of course, you've always got the problem of, do you have somebody that wants to do it? Because we've gone down that road a couple of times and it hasn't worked out so well. But yeah, I just wanted to ask the question, is that something you want us to continue to work on?
So it's my understanding that in order to fulfill this obligation, we just have to identify. We don't have to rezone. We don't have to do any of that. We just need to identify properties that could be higher density.
That might be considered for that.
So I think this is something that I don't think we need to spend too much time on. We have a couple of orchards that could be potentially higher density, and we have a couple locations that have a couple of acres of property. And if we identify those that could potentially be higher density, I think that would fulfill the obligation that we have.
And you may amend the general plan to say, these are areas that might be considered for this. You don't have to take that.
I don't think we need to
It
go
can be a
to the-
separate document that lives outside of the general plan.
Right.
I don't think that's neither here nor there, but, we'll continue to work on that, and then, we can have a discussion about that with the council.
So Jeff, a couple of other things that were mentioned, by people at those meetings, and it's always, you never know where the legislature is going to go. But one of the things, someone mentioned was the possibility of looking at these, moderate income housing plans on more of a regional basis rather than city by city. That might affect, where we end up going as a city as well, when you start looking at, proximity to grocery stores or different things like that. So that is also one of the things that's being kicked around. And then again, it's interesting because one of the statistics that was quoted that was interesting was that we continually talk about, in fact, there was an advertisement on TV last night about, we need more housing. And the Utah League has gathered statistics from different entities around Utah, and they figure there are something over 150 units currently permitted today.
150,000.
150,000 that have not been built.
They're waiting for a building permit.
No, they're permitted by the city. They are waiting for a builder to build them.
Yes, waiting for a builder to pull a permit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but they are all permitted, and so
Yeah,
so there is, the cities are not necessarily who's standing in the way.
I agreed.
Thank you, Jeff.
Okay.
I truly appreciate
All
your
right,
attention.
thanks.
Number 6.1, action items, approve, deny resolution 2025-11, authorizing individuals for the PTIF account. Do I have a motion on that?
I have a question though.
Yeah.
If we're gonna change those names, I'd rather pass it than see it.
What's wrong with the names?
Well, Karen's not on the thing
Well, it just
yet.
happened later.
I can put the names on, that's the three names that I'm gonna put on there. I need to have this turned into the state, because I do need to transfer money so we can pay bills.
So you did see Darren and
Yes.
Stacy's name on, right? So
So that it comes
the
Yeah.
back.
only
to us.
motion would be Karen.
The third one will be Karen, as
Do
I
you
said.
bring it back for Karen, or do you?
No, I'll just put her name on it, I just need you to be aware of that.
We have to pass.
Well,
We can vote on it with
we
contingent
don't
of that
have to
being
do
added.
anything, but it might be in our interest to pass it.
If we're going to pay our bills?
There's a pretty reason to pass it.
Yeah, there's a good reason to pass it. So
I have a question.
I would make a,
Contingency that,
I would,
with that change.
yeah, I would second that.
Okay,
Did you make a motion?
I move that we
Sorry.
authorize the individuals on the PTIF as Darren, Karen, and Stacy.
I would second that.
I have a motion and a second from Flo and a second from Gary. Any questions at this point, any discussion? All in favor of,
Roll call.
it is a resolution.
Councilmember Sean Stevenson.
Here,
I,
Councilmember Mark Papa.
Yay.
Councilmember Riley Moss.
Aye.
Councilmember Florence Heatherly.
Aye.
Councilmember Gary Anderson.
Aye.
Thank you. Item number 6.2 is approved, October 7th, 2025 city council minutes. Do I have a motion to approve them?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for October 7th, 2025.
Second that.
Sean, and a second from Jerry. All in favor of approving the minutes from October 7th, 2025, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Friday and Saturday. Oh, I missed that. I'm so sorry. Put today's city council on there. I wouldn't mind just crossing that off because we're on it right now. Friday and Saturday, I'm going to point to is the Fable Forest. Are all you planning on attending?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Any comments?
Is there anything else that we need to do to help?
I think they just need some people there helping. I don't know, but I've heard that this safety, that Darren has worked with the sheriff to be there, just have a presence. I've heard that some other community members have helped out and stepped up with just securing the area, but I don't know specifically if there's anything else that needs to be done.
So you want us just essentially just there supporting, meeting people?
They're supporting, just have
Just
fun.
support, just
Roger.
come support the activity.
If Ms. Homer is asking something, like, I think we can all make ourselves available, that the youth city council, occasional youth city council, I think is working on Friday, and then our youth city council are working on Saturday, so
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it's gonna be fun. I would be shocked if it's a huge turnout, because last year it was
Do we need any help from our citizen court council type people with traffic and or,
I don't know. I know that some requests have been made. I don't know if there's anything else that needs to be done at this point in time.
She requested medical, that's what we're doing on both Fridays, Saturday night.
I'm sorry, say that louder.
just
She
medical?
requested just medical,
Okay,
so we're doing that
okay,
on both nights.
okay, awesome, thank you.
So come and bring treats and see us.
Excellent. This has turned into a really fun event. I'm really excited about. Item number 8.3, October 25th, the planning commission meeting. If you could put it on your calendar,
October 28th.
October 28th. November 18th is our next city council meeting. We need to canvass the election on the 18th. And then December 3rd would be our next meeting.
And we won't have council meeting on
So we,
the first week of.
So the first week is the
November,
election.
That's the election.
the second week is Veterans Day, the third week is the 18th, and we have to make a certified election on that day.
And that's fine, I just want to make it
That's
clear.
great. Moving on to city council report. Mark, do you have anything? No. Excellent. Flo?
No,
Gary?
I don't have.
Eileen?
No.
Sean? Public Works. Lane, do you have anything tonight?
2025 streets projects, just wrapping that up, waiting for them to finish collars and then we'll be completed. Getting snowplows and salters ready for the season. Other than that,
Awesome. Is there anything that we can do to support you and your team?
oh, doing good.
Awesome. You're doing a great job. Thank you for all you're doing. The street projects have gone really well. I'm very impressed with how well that went.
Yeah, Granite did an excellent job.
And second of all, I really am pleased that you were able to take a little bit of time off. Thank you for taking some time off and relaxing a little bit. Was it a successful time off?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's good time.
Good time.
Yep.
Jeff Euler,
No, sir.
thank you for coming tonight. Is there anything we can do to support you and the planning commission?
No, I think we're good.
Awesome. Darren?
Just a couple things. We started the audit last Friday, so the new auditor came and spent Friday till 8 to 5 here. It was really good. There's things that he's looking at. There's many things that we have to get in line and send to them as far as going through. He asked questions all day about different things that we're doing, different documents. And then 3:30, he probably had 50 questions that he answered, or I had to answer, as we sat there. So that was really good. And there's a lot to think about during the audit that we're going through right now. So also on that, we have planned the Christmas party for the council and staff for that first Tuesday.
December
which is
2nd.
December 2nd?
Yeah, that's second.
You just
December
announced
2nd.
that we were having,
I know I was wrong.
okay.
December 2nd is Tuesday.
Tuesday, that Tuesday, we have that planned. We are gonna have, Devil's Pit? Devil's Pit, cater that to us, so it's, all gluten-free, all that kind of stuff, so there's not a lot to change there. So, please put that on the calendar for you and your spouses, and come in one time. That's all.
Excellent, thank you. I don't have anything. We do not have a closed session tonight. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
7:30. Thank you.